Gardnerville, your community radio station, and it is time right now for Carson Rural Communities Update. This is your host, Laura Templeton. I'm actually your co-host, and CJ Geldner is here as well. Hi, CJ.
Hello. I've been running around like a chicken with the head cut off just now.
Trying
to make sure things are working today. How are you, dearie?
I'm doing great. I'm loving, again, Uncle Tamale left us with an excellent 70s prog rock track there from Genesis. Thank you, Uncle Tamale.
He plays the best.
He
really
does. Yeah.
So we have a guest in the house today. We have Miss Vanessa Stuart with ARGONN.
Oh, what
is ARGONN?
What is ARGONN?
ARGONN, tell me.
ARGONN is the Animal Rescue Group of Northern Nevada. Vanessa is going to tell us all about what they do. I'm just going to say they are the leading cat rescue organization operating throughout Lyon County. Vanessa, of course, is the executive director. She was appointed in 2012, been there ever since, and she's the coordinator of their Foster to Adopt program. We're going to hear about that too. Vanessa, like myself, has been passionate about cats her entire life. So when the opportunity arose to become actively involved in the rescue and welfare of cats, both feral and domestic, it was a perfect fit. She's originally from South Africa, but has called Silver Springs, Nevada, her home since 1995. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello, guys.
Thank you for coming out here, even though it's hot outside.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. It's a great opportunity to talk to the community and tell them a little bit about what we do.
So we're going to talk about cats and kittens.
Cats and kittens.
You know, I just saw on Facebook like 2 days ago, I don't remember the page, but I'm going to go look for it. Someone was looking for a orange kitty to be rehomed. And so I said, we're going to talk to Vanessa today. How does the rehoming process work?
Well, that's an interesting one. It's sad when animals have to be rehomed, and particularly adult cats, because they hate change.
Sure.
So
your friend on Facebook was looking to get a cat, I thought.
Someone's looking to
get a cat.
To get a cat,
I think it was posted on one of the Silver Springs.
So in other words, she's opening her home to. Yeah.
She's looking to
so
find
that's a happy
orange
story.
Kitty.
Wow.
You got an orange kitty?
I do not have an orange adult, but I do have orange kittens.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Have the kittens.
Yeah. So the little gingers, the little orange cats. You know, they're quite legendary online. You know.
Yes. And they're popular. And the only thing that these days qualifies as a little bit of a myth is that orange kitties no longer are always male.
Oh.
Wow.
We've always thought of the majority of orange kitties being male.
Right.
It's not altogether right anymore. We have a lot of orange girl kitties that come through our doors. So
that is so cool. That is, and you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I met Vanessa a couple of weekends ago.
Right.
Sure.
You know, and because it was an orange cat that I was going to inquire about. I was at PetSmart picking up food for my cat DJ, who of course came to us via Monica Marcinko, and she's going to be on air later with her awesome 80s music show. So I had to name the cat DJ for obvious reasons. But I'm there at PetSmart, and this is where I meet Vanessa and the other volunteers with ARGONN. They've got, a few kittens there. And one of them was this really sweet, older orange cat, male cat, had a very stately kind of vibe about him. You knew that he was going to be, a lap cat or a cuddler. Yeah. And I was all the way there to getting him, and then saw, which I think is really good that you describe, that he was going to be a cat that needed to be a single cat home. So in other words, he and DJ weren't going to vibe. And I thought that was beautiful. The other sad thing about that story was, it was because of the home that he was in. The couple was moving into assisted living, I believe, where again they couldn't have the cat. I hope he found a home. Did he?
He did. He found a wonderful home.
Happy ending.
A very happy ending. And that, unfortunately, is a situation with adult cats. It's why we don't do a lot of adult cats in our volunteer situation, and being in a foster-based organization. Our foster families are generally very well equipped for kittens, but adult cats are difficult to foster. So we don't take a lot of them in.
Okay.
We generally tend to pass adult cats on to one of the larger shelters where they get more exposure
Mhm.
and they are easily adopted there. So,
Yeah.
but Simon was a special kitty, and we adopted him originally to those people when he was a 10-week-old kitten.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Oh.
so it was a complete circle.
Wow.
we
That's
found
so
him.
cool.
We found him. He's forever home now as a second home, and that's going to be a great fit, I think.
Oh,
Well,
that's so
That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
And so, about Lyon County.
Right.
So they have an animal shelter that
Yes.
caters to dogs,
Yes.
but they really don't have the room for cats.
No, and it's typical of many rural counties. They accommodate dogs and they build their shelters around dogs, and the cats are left out. And very often it's because there are no ordinances for cats.
I think, yeah. And yeah,
So just like, you know, you have your dogs need to be licensed, there's a control on how many dogs there are in a community, and they try to keep track.
Mhm.
There's nothing like that in a lot of rural communities for cats.
Oh.
So it becomes hard for the shelters to take them in because there are really no ordinances that apply to cats.
Hmm.
And they are considered free-roaming creatures.
They
So,
are. They
yeah.
are.
And so most of the websites, I'm going to pick on one, Meta/Facebook. You know, they have a rule where you can't sell your animals,
Right.
unless it's part of a animal rescue group.
Right.
And
Right.
so, you know, people want to get cats or dogs for their families.
Mhm.
Cats, to name one. And so whenever I see something like that pop up, I try to explain to whoever is trying to sell one of their cats that
Oh.
no, you need to go through a rehoming group
Yep.
so that they can take care of whatever their criteria is
Right.
to rehome. And so what happens when you take a kitty cat that you're ready to rehome?
Well, let's back up a tiny bit there as well, in that one of the reasons that we don't like to see animals being sold outside of a rescue organization or a reputable pet store per se
Mhm.
is the puppy mill situation.
Oh,
Yes.
And that's something that is very relevant these days, and something that we are all trying to get rid of is the puppy mills. And you'll be surprised, there are kitten mills as well.
yeah. Hmm.
And so basically, we encourage people to go through a group. The other reason is medically. At
Right.
least when we take in kittens, we will get them vaccinated, we get them spayed or neutered, we
Mhm.
get them microchipped, and that's all prior to their adoption.
That's
quite a service.
Yes,
you know.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and it's necessary as a non-profit. That's actually a legal requirement that we cannot do it otherwise. But the thing is that so often if people pick up a kitten, and I'm going to zoom in on kittens because that's my field, if they pick up a kitten in a parking lot somewhere, or, you know, are given a kitten,
Mhm.
there are no guarantees that kitten's going to get spayed or neutered. Now,
Right.
we know that there's such an overpopulation of cats already. We really need to try to make sure that as many as possible are spayed and neutered as kittens before they are adopted.
Right. Right.
A lot of people go, well, I can't afford to spay or neuter. Well, you know what? Paying a small adoption fee is your answer, because it's about 1/3 of what it would cost you privately to get your cat vaccinated,
Well,
neutered,
I can tell you that
and
'cause-
microchipped.
yes,
That is a very good program. That
Right.
really is.
it
Yeah.
really is.
And
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with ARGONN?
Well, in 2011, when ARGONN was formed, I saw it advertised in Fernley and became part of the group. And the original founder wanted to leave and go back to California, where he'd come from. And he appointed me executive director back in 2012, and I've been there ever since.
No, that's
Wow.
insane. That's
And
really
of course,
cool.
I think I mentioned our mutual friend, Rick Jones.
Yes.
He was an avid lover of cats.
Yes.
And,
Aw.
always took care of the kitties, the little stray kitties.
Oh, yeah.
And he was always one of those little kitty cat angels.
Yes, yes.
He definitely was.
And
So yeah, so now you've been doing this ever since, and you're here chatting with us. So you're wonderful spokesperson on behalf of those cats and kittens.
Behalf of the
Yes.
kittens. Yeah.
Yes.
And I wanted to talk too, because we're talking about the kittens, and of course everybody wants them and they get a home. But you also provide a trap, neuter, and release, which
Yes.
of course is for the feral cat population.
And that is actually our base. We originally were formed as a trap, neuter, return group because really there was nobody else doing it in Lyon County at the time. And we all know that there's this massive overpopulation of cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
And trap, neuter, return is considered the only humane way to control the cat population. So we, for the last, 12 years now, more than that, have been running a very, very aggressive trap, neuter, return program.
Do you have some figures?
Yes, we've done, over the years, we've done now just over 4,000 cats.
Ooh,
And
wow.
that's in Fernley and Lyon County, the rest of Lyon County.
That's a lot. 4,000.
yeah.
But
Wow.
with feral cats, it's a question of you have to keep chipping away at it because
Yes.
if you stop, it's amazing how those populations flare up all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our ideal is to, particularly in mobile home parks, hotel properties, motel properties,
Sure.
is to spay and neuter everything there, create a stable population, and then that stable population becomes a very necessary part of daily life because they're excellent rodent control.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
we
to eradicate them or get rid of them isn't the answer. Just control the kittens that are born,
yes.
that are, make sure that they remain healthy, and then they are rodent control
Takes care
forever.
of itself almost.
Yep.
Did either one of you follow the story when the Tropicana in Las Vegas?
Yes, I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell them because that's a very amazing story of where feral cats were in a kind of an urban environment.
Right, and that's a national group called Alley Cat Allies, and they're an amazing organization. But they took on the Tropicana, and they decided to spay and neuter every animal there and give them a stable population, and it worked.
Yeah,
they did over 80 cats.
Wow.
And those cats were being fed and cared for by the hotel staff.
Yeah,
and they were loved cats.
Yeah.
But they were feral. They weren't domestic indoor kitties by any means. And that Tropicana probably had less rodents than most hotels anywhere.
there you go. See, those cats are earning their keep.
They're earning their keep all the time. They really are.
And
Yes.
you talked about like how one woman was rather, and I know I would love to have a feral cat out in my cornfield because I got some squirrels out there right now. But you said one woman had an interesting take on how it would help her with her horses.
Yes, that was a fascinating situation. She called me, she needed some feral cats, so I always ask some questions about where they're going to be housed and how she's going to be taking care of them, because even feral cats on a ranch need to be fed and watered and sheltered.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just turn them out loose and expect them to stay.
Right.
Well, she had horses. And so I kind of questioned the horses. I said, well, where do they really come into the cat thing? And she said, it's very simple. I have snakes that go after the rodents in the hay fields, in the hay stacks. If I can cut down the rodents in the haystacks, the snakes won't become a danger to my horses.
See?
And I went, okay, that's an interesting take on feral cats and barn cats.
Mother
They
Nature.
keep the snakes away.
Keep the snakes
Mother
away.
Nature taking care of several different
Exactly.
needs.
Exactly.
And,
Wow.
and
The
it's such
food chain.
it's such a great relationship that cats developed with, and cats chose to develop that relationship with us, right?
Right.
I mean, they when we were just experimenting back in whatever age, growing grain and settling down and gathering our little food stores, cats came along and said, "Oh, I think I'm going to solve a problem that you don't know you're going to have."
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
it's,
Cats are a very integral part of our society and a very necessary part.
yes.
They are definitely part of the food chain, up and down. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
When does Argonn meet?
we meet every 2 weeks. We've done that since the beginning. We're probably the only rescue group that does meet as often as that. But we do have about 25 active members. And we've found through the years that we're all volunteers. And each one of our members kind of specializes in an area that they feel comfortable in. So we've got fundraisers, and we've got TNR, trap, neuter, return people. We've got foster families. We've got people that do our annual bingo events. We've got, so everybody has a little niche area that they
kitty
like.
bingo.
Well, yeah. But
Kitty bingo.
by meeting every 2 weeks, it keeps the momentum going.
Yes.
And it keeps everybody really up to date as to what the group is doing as a whole.
Mhm.
So without the fundraising, I couldn't have the foster to adopt program.
Right.
We couldn't do the TNR. But without the TNR, there'd be all these cats out there that nobody wants. It is all part of the overall picture.
It is.
And meeting every 2 weeks, I truly believe, has always been our strength.
I
really
can believe that too. And I mean,
really do.
you don't, you're probably not really like, oh, you must be at that meeting. Like occasionally somebody could skip a meeting or something for
Absolutely.
vacation.
It's no, they're not particularly formal meetings. I mean, we follow agendas. We invite outside people to attend. We're always looking for new members. We're an aging group, unfortunately. We desperately need, we desperately need some younger people to become involved.
Yeah.
But so the meetings are every 2 weeks, and people come and go. If you attend, you attend. If you don't, you don't. That's fine.
Yeah.
We keep very comprehensive minutes. I've got an excellent secretary.
Where do you meet? I mean,
we meet at the Methodist Church on West Street in Fernley.
Oh, okay. There
Fernley
you go.
is
Methodist
actually
Church.
our home base.
In Fernley.
Yeah.
If there's any cat ladies and cat daddies out there that are thinking, hey, I might have just found my next nonprofit.
Exactly.
You know where to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of some great partnerships, I met you at PetSmart.
Right.
And
Yes.
and that was it. And that's their nonprofit side of their business, right?
Right.
PetSmart
Charities.
Okay. Yeah.
We've been a PetSmart Charities partner now for 10 years, and we're very proud of that partnership. I love PetSmart as an adoption center, because being a rescue-based or foster-based organization, it's hard to showcase our kittens.
Yeah.
So at one point, we were sending our kittens more to the bigger shelters to be adopted out.
Sure.
But then we felt we want to see where they're going. We've raised them. We've put all this time and effort into them. So we expanded our program at PetSmart, and it's been hugely successful. So I love the fact that people call in or send in applications. We have a very comprehensive application on our website.
Oh, okay.
People can fill in the application, send it in, and then I tell them to come to PetSmart on a Sunday. It gives them the opportunity of picking the kitty that fits them, rather than having to go to individual foster homes.
Right.
And not all foster homes are open to having people
come in like it's a Zillow showing or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it just works great.
And I know that, again, I wanted the orange cat, but there was another little cat at that PetSmart named Thumper.
Yes.
She was a little black kitten. And, you're not allowed to tap the glass, but I kind of put my hand up and she started batting at my hand. I gently rested the hand. And she was batting and then I said, okay, kitty, I'm going to, turn away and go back to my conversation. And apparently she was, I think she wanted me to tell me she found a home because, oh, thank goodness.
She did. Her sister was adopted a couple of days prior to that. So she was lonely.
Oh, no.
And the perfect person came along, and she has a wonderful home.
Oh, so good. In my heart, I was hoping you'd bring her today. I would have taken her home. And DJ could have just, known that he was now second place.
Right. But our relationship at PetSmart here in Carson City is amazing. We love the staff. I love the management. We are so happy to be there. And we really appreciate the community of Carson City is always such a friendly community. They always welcome us there. We do a lot of adoptions out of that store into Reno, Minden, Dayton, Silver Springs, far afield.
Yeah.
But Carson City is just a wonderful community to be part of.
That's so good. And I must say, when I go in there and I see it's a nonprofit and they're showcasing the kitties, and I think I've seen you before because, I feel better about it than when I was a kid and I would go to the pet store and that was the kittens that were just there, all day and all night. And so that it's a huge step forward in a more humane way of helping people find their home.
I must admit, I mean, just since 2011, when I've been involved, the evolution of animal welfare, both veterinary and shelter-wise, has improved and moved so far ahead.
Oh, yes.
It really has. I mean, things are just moving ahead in leaps and bounds. And the way we see our animals now is different to the way we treated them when we were kids even.
Yeah, you just open a bowl of food, put down some still water, and that was it.
Exactly.
Now,
I mean, our animals now are family members. They're treated in a way, way, way better light than they ever have been before. And there have been such huge medical or veterinary medical advancements. the whole idea of the trap, neuter, return, the whole idea of bringing in kittens, fostering them, getting them great homes.
Or even animal dental care.
Animal dental care, exactly.
Did not exist when I was a kid,
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's a major part of veterinary work is dental care.
Right.
Now, what is the website? Is it ARGONN.org?
That's correct.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
That's good. So go there. I have a burning question.
Yes.
How many kitties do you have personally?
Well, that's always a state secret, but
That's cute.
I'll be honest, I have 7 kitties that live in my house.
Aw.
And I do have an area outside where I have my 3-car garage is converted into my unadoptable kitty sanctuary.
No.
So,
how sweet is that?
And I'm reducing those numbers because as we age, I don't want to leave too many cats for somebody else to have to deal with. But yes, and I don't have any dogs anymore. I used to have dogs, but now I've decided that I do work full time as well. So I don't have time for dogs anymore. My cats are my life.
Okay, so is there a phone number that someone can call?
Yes, we do have a hotline. It's a voicemail. It's a voice message line.
Okay.
And that is our public line, and that is manned, but we will always call you back. So you have to leave a message.
Sure.
But that is 775-229-3708.
Very good.
And the person on that hotline will return your call and then guide you to the area where you need help.
Sure. So the volunteers can help throughout the week. If
Yes.
they have to. So
Absolutely.
that is really cool that you have this team of people that can help with the kitties and the kittens.
And questions. And so often people just want to talk. They call the hotline, they have a question. They just want to talk. They just want to be able to vent with somebody or talk about a problem or try and solve a problem. And returning those calls is so important, just to give people that opportunity to voice their opinions, do whatever they say, whatever they want to say, and try and help them whenever we can.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what volunteers are you looking for your organization right now?
Our biggest need, our biggest need of volunteers right now is on the TNR side with the feral cats, trap, neuter, return, because it's a fairly intensive process of delivering traps, trapping the cats, bringing them into Nevada Humane Society here in Carson that does our spays and neuters for us, and then returning them. I recently have found a wonderful lady in Mount House,
Sure.
who has kind of taken over our TNR program. And she's originally from Las Vegas. Her name is Cindy. She does a fantastic job. But we always need trappers and people that are prepared to transport.
Isn't that nice?
We desperately need that help. If anybody out there can spare even one Wednesday a month to help with transport, that makes a big difference.
Wow, that is such
That's really
I hope that speaks to somebody in our audience.
Yes.
As a good thing
Would
to
be
do.
wonderful.
Yes.
And here, let me turn this sideways here. Go ahead and wave at the camera. So we're going to turn this into a video.
Yes,
so
right.
Yes, it did go out on the Carson Rural Communities podcast. Yeah.
It'll go on a podcast. So that'll take about 3 or 4 days for us to put that together, but
Perfect.
We'll have it uploaded. And again, thank you for coming all the way from Burnley to Carson City. And
well, thank you. I feel very honored. Yeah.
No, this
I feel
is fantastic.
so honored to be here. I mean, we've been around for so many years, but it's not often I get the opportunity to actually be able to talk about my passion and spread the word. So thank you.
Well, thank you again. Yeah. So now let's move on to some of the things that are going on.
Yes, we do have quite a few things as we're into the August events, and we are going to begin with the Regional Junior Ranger Day. That's coming up on August 8th at the Pete Livermore Sports Complex from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I would remember water, hat, sunscreen for that one.
Yes.
And but come and become the ultimate junior ranger by getting sworn in from each of the local park agencies. They're going to have a dunk tank. Kids who meet the height requirement can enter that dunk tank, but bring your own towel. So that one's fun. Then we've been talking about it. It's coming up. The Lyon County Fair Exhibit Hall contest is on. Crafters, you were able to get your things in last weekend, but if you have homegrown veggies, fruits, food preservation items, baked goods, you've got until August 11th to bring that by the Lyon County Fair and Rodeo Halls. You want to give a call to Donna McDonald at 775-309-3720 so that you can get the information on that. And of course, the fair itself is going to be August 13th through the 16th at the Lyon County Fairgrounds in Yarrington.
All right.
Yes. All right. The Perseids, a meteor shower. Yes, is coming to town.
It's
so good. We could book them for a mid-month engagement. Yes, the showers are going to peak on August 13th.
Yes.
So
always fun to watch those.
Yes, and I know that a few people are organizing parties here around town, which I think is a great idea because like I said, the meteor shower will play any venue.
Yeah.
And
the sky.
Yes. And now, again, on August 15th, at the Tough Luck Ranch Supply, we have the Give Back Gatherings. This is community fundraising for the Desert Pigs. It's going to have a lot of fun. There'll be food trucks and crafts and all kinds of local people getting together. So if you want to check that out, it's August 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, hats, sunscreen, and water would be the advice I'd offer. And now, kids, it's back to school. And you know what would make going back to school really fun is if you have it in your heart to adopt a little cat or kitten. You could make that that cat or kitten could be there while you're doing your homework and get you in the mood to keeping you company. But anyway, so the Dayton High School back to school night is Monday, August 17th. And that's 4 to 6 p.m. They cannot wait to welcome the Dust Devils back.
Yes.
So go on, explore those classrooms, learn about the school year, and connect with the staff. Meanwhile, at Sutro Elementary, the back to school night is going to be August 19th from 5:30 to 6:30. They can't wait to see you either. Then we are looking ahead to October 10th, when the weather is going to be so much cooler. And we have the Sutro Tunnel Harvest Festival in Dayton. That's going to have markets. It's going to have a market, crafts, live music, food vendors, and a statue reveal. So you want to talk to thesutrotunnel.org for more information about that. And I think they would still be accepting vendors. So go visit that website. Here it is, the big news, wrapping up the October season with Pumpkins, Pioneers, and Tall Tales. This is the Nevada Day Parade with Stephen Saylor, Grand Marshal. Are we going to have him on the show?
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, we are going to do that.
We're going to drag him in.
Yeah, we're going to drag that. We're going to drag him on in. All right. So again, kids, get out the day timer because here's the first day of school dates for the local area.
Okay, kids, don't get the belly aches.
Yeah, don't get those.
You still have to go to school.
You do have to go to school. Now, Douglas County, that's coming up next week on August 12th is their first day of school. Then Story County is going to be next in line on August 17th. Lyon County, who's the guest of the day here, August 20th, cats and kittens. And then Churchill County is going to be August 24th at, I guess at the time school starts. Yeah. So there you go. And now I'm going to turn it over to you, CJ, for the last few seconds. Who do we have coming up next week?
We're going to have the Parrot Sanctuary coming in to talk to us. We like to cater to all of the animals.
All of the animals, from cats to parrots.
Yes, and so that's going to be next week. So come on over at 12 noon and listen to us, and you'll learn all you can about parrots and the Parrot Sanctuary.
I love it. I love parrots. And, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm a parrot head because I'm a Jimmy Buffett fan. So I'm looking forward to this show. So with that, we want to thank our guest today, Vanessa Stuart, one more time, and thank everyone out there in the audience and on our podcast.
Yes, there we go. And thank you again, and we love you all. Goodbye now.
Goodbye now. We'll see you next week.